Keith Dykes here with W.K.D Construction, and today I'm excited because we are starting a new project here in Big Sandy, Tennessee. This is going to be called the Melton Project. This is going to be a custom build. Miss Susan has picked out a plan. It's nothing fancy. It is going to be nice. It is going to be really nice, but it's not going to be fancy. Not a whole lot of square footage. I think we're pushing around 1,600 square feet. Kind of a simple roof line. Not a lot of corners. Actually, we're only going to have probably 6 corners. I haven't built a house like that in a long time. I'm looking forward to building a house with actually not 46 corners like I did on the last one, but the 6-corner house will be very nice, not as technical. As you see behind me, I've been doing a little grade work. I was trying to get it leveled off. We're going to do a slab foundation. So I just kind of leveled it off, kind of got it kind of flat. That way the front porch, which I'll turn around and show you, we have about 6 inches, basically no steps going into the house. That way, that's a good thing. You know, when you get older, you don't want to climb 3, 4, 5 steps to get into your house. So I'm cutting it down that way. When the time comes, Susan, she can just walk right in there and not have any issues. We're going to have to run an underground primary, which is what this trench is. We're going to have to come from that pole, run 3-inch conduit all the way over here, about 300 feet. And we will have a pad mount transformer, which will then go underground to the house and into the meter base. Here is the basic shape. I got a little bit of digging out to do right there, but it's going to be 32 feet by 52 feet. And the garage will come over here. I cut down, I don't know, it's probably about 14 inches, I guess, on this side. I will have to cut down some of this dirt just a little bit to pitch the water off, and I'll have about 6 inches between the ground and where the floor, the top of the concrete floor is. We'll come over to this side, is where I kind of started grade at. That will be the front, which the front porch will be over there, which I'll cut down that about 8 inches. That way we will have some fill inside the porch, which the porch goes all the way across the front. There will be a back porch along here as well. And I didn't want it way high out of the ground. If we went with that grade, man, it would have been, what, 32 inches high back here and probably 48 inches on the end of the garage. So I wanted to kind of get it down, and that way it's a little more level coming into the house. So here in the next few days, we're going to get back out here to the site. We'll run some batter boards, run some strings, and start digging a footing. And that's kind of the whole thing. I wanted to show this process, the way I do it, from start to finish. So hopefully y'all be sticking around and keeping an eye out on this series, man. Damn remote. One batter board corner up. We're setting up batter boards. We are getting ready to, well, batter boards, we're gonna lay out the house and then we're gonna dig and prep the footing and get ready to pour it. But the first thing I always do is I will find, like over here is the longest run from, you know, my main common wall. I'll go ahead and string a line, and then I'll come to the front and measure parallel. I'll have a parallel line, two strings running from east to west in this case, and or actually north to south, sorry. And that way I know my house is the right width. And then I'll take my Construction Master app. We'll figure up a point, give me my length times my width, and then it'll give me a diagonal measurement, and then I can find and pinpoint the corners on the house. So we've got the batter boards here on the corner. As you see, you got the string runs. This is the front, and this will be the back, which is the longest common wall on the whole project. So we got this batter board, and it runs way down there. All right, so I have my front wall, which is 52 feet. I've got it marked. And then now I'm gonna cross-reference. I've pulled 52 feet, 36 feet deep, put it on my app, my Construction Master Pro app. It gives me a diagonal of 63 feet 3 inches, and we're gonna measure diagonal and make sure we got it square. Yes, sir. Good to go. Now we can get the paint out. We'll mark it and we'll start digging. So here is the main body of the house, 52 feet long, 36 feet front to back. And then, like, see my main string on the back side. After we get this dug, pull the strings down, and we can put the strings back up and then measure off and get the garage out here after we kind of get this dug. Here is basically my generic drawing, just on some graph paper that I can take out to the site, and I don't have to unroll a big ass set of plans. But this is the basic, you know, drawing for the house. 32 by 52. We're going to have an 8 by 52 front porch, a 12 by 52 back porch. When I laid it out on the strings and I got to 36 feet, it's because the garage right here is offset 4 feet. So that's why I just went ahead. It's easier to do my string on this back wall, keep everything, and then I can measure off of that. So that's why I said in the video 36 feet. The garage will be 30 feet by 28 feet. We are going to have a storm room. Yes, sir. Nudura ICF concrete forms is what we're going to use for a storm shelter. That'll be 6 by 10. We're going to have a set of steps. Miss Susan would like to be able to access her attic easily and not use a monkey ass pull down staircase. So we are going to build a staircase so she can access her attic. The trusses will be made. I will have them engineered to have an attic storage room in there. They'll probably have a 2x6 bottom cord on the trusses. But it will be, you know, probably an 8 by 30 storage room in the attic truss. And I don't know what all this mess is right here. I think I spilled my coffee one morning and got on there. But yeah, this is basically Miss Susan's wing. The master bedroom, bathroom, walk-in closet, living room, kitchen, and 2 bedrooms. Her grandkids come stay a lot, so yeah. Nothing huge, nothing real fancy, but man, it's going to be nice. It is going to be nice. This is kind of looking a drawing. Miss Susan couldn't clearly picture what it was going to look like. So this is kind of looking at the garage side. We got a back porch. I'm just going to do a shed roof off the back, and we will double pitch the front porch. This is an 812. This will be a 412, and then we are going to have a gable right here in the front. So that's what that is. That'll be a gable. Columns, we're going to have some columns, some wood columns with stone around the bottom, stone around the foundation, and a vertical siding, which will be a board and bat. Sure. We have everything transferred onto the ground and have a solid orange mark for the outside wall. I'll grab the 20-inch bucket and the little backhoe. And as I dig, I will probably offset, put a tooth on the outside right here. That way it gives us enough room. We're setting on, you know, the block will be 8 inches. So we go about 6 inches out this way. I'll have 20 inches and have enough room for the block to set basically in the middle of the footing. We got the main house. The main part of the house is dug, so in the morning we'll probably go get some rebar. We may go ahead and pour the main part of the house, stub the rebar out where it needs to be, and then tie the porches in, because I think I want to drop the grade on the porches and the garage about 1 inch. So instead of trying to step down that small 1 inch in the concrete footing, I think I'll go ahead, like I said, and pour the main part of the house, and then we'll get that poured, let it set up, and then come back and dig and reset our grade down 1 inch below the footing that we're going to pour for the house. There that is, and I'm just trying to get all the dirt where I got piled up on the outside, and then I'll just tote it and stick it in this dirt pile. That way it won't be in our way when we start pouring concrete. The footing dug, and now we're doing grade pins, which will be the top of the footing, which is just a 1/2 inch piece of rebar cut about 20 inches long. Footing is going to be 10 to 12 inches deep and 2 feet wide. But we've got the transit up, got it set up. Got some hard ass clay. We'll just fine tune that till it gets right.
I bet one more baby bump. Ready?
Boom, got it, coach. So we'll do that on each corner, one in the middle, and then we'll just string from each of those pins and set the rebar to it. We have the garage laid out and we started digging it, which we're gonna have a step right here. And if you're wondering why I'm only about 12 inches deep, put her ass to sleep. I'm in Northwest Tennessee. We don't have a heavy frost line. So, I mean, on a very, very cold winter, we're basically only gonna be, I don't know, probably four inches deep on a frost line. So we don't have that frost heave issue like they do up north. You know, they're putting like their footers in 4 feet in the ground, or even more than that. So here in Northwest Tennessee, like I said, we're usually on average is about 14 inches deep, and then no worry about frost heave at all. We got the rebar chairs in there about on every grade stake, which is about every 4 feet in the corners, and then we will tie the rebar to each chair. That way it's not going to be moving around on you. And then we'll tie the chairs to the grade stakes as well. We're just about ready to pour some concrete. It is ordered and on the way here in a little while. We got this footing which comes and it's going to sit on top of here. That way I didn't have to dig down and do a step. We just formed it on top. Concrete is ordered and on its way. Went ahead and put a sleeve for the water line. That way we can come in from the outside. And then I've got my sewer pipe that will go out and tie into the septic tank. It's gonna be beautiful up here. Henry on it. So that's what these grade pins are for. We set grade, that's what the concrete gets poured to. So we'll take it, run it over, and as you can see, there's the top of the rebar. Just leave it just like that. We won't smooth it out a whole lot, just kind of hit the rough edges off. Got it all poured out. Just taking a trowel, just kind of knocking it down slightly, doing adjustments to our grade pins if need be. We'll go ahead and go ahead and put our strings back up, the outline of the house, and then take those 20-inch rebar pins. We'll plumb down, find the center of our block, and pin our corners in about every, I don't know, 4 to 6 feet all the way down through there. That way when they set our block on top, it will go down into the block, will be over the top of the rebar, and then when we pour the slab, the concrete will go down, fill the hole, and get into the hole with the rebar, and then tie it in and make everything solid and bonded to the footing. We're just going to transfer the string marks, which is the outline of the top of the block, to the footing. Now I can measure from here over 4 inches. We'll put a string on the concrete and then we'll wet set our grade pins in there. Whoo-wee. Big shout out to Dan Nichols, Tuffy Craig, Tyler Mason at Southern Concrete Products in Paris, Tennessee. Got in here, got us poured out. As you see, we got all of our block pins in there. So once we set the block, those will go right on top. And then, like I said, the concrete slab will pour into those, lock into that rebar, and that block will be bonded to the footing. So keep on watching with us. We're gonna start. I was trying to get this thing going from foundation all the way to finishing, man. We're gonna do this whole thing in a different bunch of series. So just keep coming back and watching and seeing our progress on the Melton Farm. Got it, Coach. Thanks for watching.